Good morning. I would like to explain the lessons and policy issues on urban and regional development in Korea. As you can see in the figure, per capita GDP of Korea has rapidly increased. We start per capita GDP in 1960s, $100 US dollars. Nowadays, per capita GDP reached 20,000 US dollars. And also, you can see in the figure, as like in Colombia, urbanization ratio in Korea is very rapidly increased. And nowadays, the urbanization ratio in Korea is almost 90%. I know the Colombia is 75%. In 1960s, it was only about 40%, but nowadays 90%. And let me explain the key strategy, how we can get rapid growth within short period. I can classify three strategies. One for territorial and regional development strategy, and the other is national and regional economic development, and third is combination of the both strategy. First, the territorial and regional development strategy, government concentrate on efficient-oriented development policy, for example, adapting the growthful policies, and also rearranging the territorial structure for reducing regional disparities. And then also provide infrastructure in the large cities or large industrial estate to get the efficiency in infrastructure investment. For the economic development, in earlier stage of development, Korean government adapt input-driven export-led development strategy and also forced strategic industry in accordance with economic growth. And also, the other strategies, Korean government coordinate and synthesize economic development policy with the territorial policy together. Okay. And for the regional development strategy, Korean government adapt, as you know, the growth strategy, which is maximizing the efficiency in investment in urban and regional development. So for this strategy, large cities like metropolitan cities took a role of the growth force. And this strategy targeting spillover or trickling down effect from core region to periphery regions. And Korea, as you can see in the right side of the map of Korea, Korean government designate selected regions as growth poles. And for the rural area, because of rapid urbanization, rural people move to urban area. So very aging and peoples residing not so much. So Korean government adapt in 1970s, adapt the new community movement. Okay, this objective is to increase incomes from agriculture and improve living environment and the road construction, house remodeling, and water supply, and etc. And also reform people's attitude. And this movement is government initiated and voluntary participation. And the rural area policies to adapt revitalization program. And the main idea is to force higher value-added industry in rural areas. We call this agriculture itself is not much high value added. So mix with agriculture with the processing and secondary industry, and also linked with tertiary industry like tourism. So we call 1 + 2 + 3 equals 6 industry in agriculture rural area. And in economic development in early 1960s, at that time in Korea was very poor resource and poor industrial basis, and infrastructure is not so good. So government adapt the input-driven and export-led development strategies borrow the foreign capital from the foreign country, and then using that money and purchased at the time the capital goods and raw materials, and borrowing the foreign technology, and with the strong support of government support lots of incentive and tax reductions for the exporting firms, and firms export the goods and make money, and the kind of this is the early stage of the economic model in Korea. And then as income grows, economic growth of Korea, and then industry shift from light industry to heavy and capital industry and the advanced industry. And in early 60s, 70s, we call a factor-driven stage, and then investment and innovation-driven stage we moved. And in summary, in the development strategy, in 1960s, the Korean government adopted growth for development and industrialization. And then in 1980s, 1990s, because of heavy over-concentration in capitalism, government put some regulation on the agglomeration in the capitalism, and some incentive for the local areas. And then in year 2000, and the government emphasized more on regional and city level innovation, and then nowadays government emphasizes more on green growth development. And then with the effort of this economic and territorial development, urban and government, Korea achieved a lot of the things. First, urban and regional economic policies contributed for the compact economic growth within short period. And then modern infrastructure in accordance with the regional development contributed not only the economic growth, but also the people's higher standard of living. But we had also some of limitation of the policy. With adopting the growth of policy, we expect a kind of the spread effect, but in real world, instead of spillover effect, we experienced some kind of backwash effect. That means, as you've seen in the right-hand side of the map, capitalism has more overpopulated as time goes by. So in Korea, the size of capitalism, its territorial size is only 12%, but population is reside in almost 40%, 50% people living in the capitalism. Economy is about 70% is in capitalism. And also in the new jobs created from the year 2005 to year 2010, 92% of the job creation are concentrated in capitalism. Now they moved in the job creation effect, gradually moving towards outside the capitalism. It takes a long time to have the policy effect, okay? However, the cities, local cities with a robust industrial basis showed continuous and population increase in Korea. And also in Korea, in year 2003, in Korea, we constructed a high-speed rail system in Korea. So from Seoul to Busan, distance is about 450 kilometers. Used to be it takes 5 hours by car, but you can reach within 2 hours. In year 2020, you can reach in 1 hour and 40 minutes. So by introducing the high-speed rail system, we can decrease economic distance and can affect national territorial structure. So Korean government want to establish system series with using the advanced transportation systems. So government adapt policy for developing mega economic region in the nation wide, and you can see in the map. But still controversial straw effect for regional effect maybe in debate, okay? And also, in Korea, policy is more emphasized on quality-based on urban development. In early stage of urbanization in Korea, government much more emphasized on quantity-based urban facility supply. Like because of rapid urbanization, lots of housing is needed. So in Korea, a 2 million housing project is announced in 1988. In Colombia, it's 1 million housing project. And in city level, we need transportation and water storage supply. But nowadays, we have the 90% of the urbanization. It's already almost saturated in urbanization. So government more emphasize on the quality-based in urban development, like Dr. Ed Glass mentioned, for the Triumph City, it's more important than quality-based urban development. So emphasize on human capital and advanced service, IT-based public service, quality of life, become more smarter and more healthier, more green cities like that. And also, effective government system is more important than before in Korea. Each city has grown individually than before, but nowadays, as cities grow, systems cities more important. So effective corporate system is very important. And also new paradigm of the new urban and regional development to meet of the changes in demography and economic situation. In Korea, its total population may be decreased in 10 or 20 years later, and aging society is very rapidly happen. So compact and sustainable development is so important than before. So adapt regional urban regeneration is more important than new town development. And finally, the green growth is very important. So climate change and reduction of greenhouse gas become the global and national and local agendas. So in Korea, the 90% of the CO2 is emitted in the city level. So green growth can further enhance the sustainable growth and competitiveness of the cities and regions. So Korean government established the urban planning guidelines for low carbon green growth in last year. And this is a kind of institutional foundation for the sustainable city development. Thank you.